the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics. I'm Serena. Here I am at the western suburb of Beijing. This is the place called Shougang Park. Well, the reason why we're here is quite obvious because, this is the only outdoor venues for snow competitions in the coming Winter Olympics. As you can see behind me, this giant big air jump platform. This one lasts for the total length lasts for about 160 meters, with the highest point you can reach to almost 60 meters. Well, let's just get up to the highest point and to see what's the view over there. Okay, now we're gonna try to get to the highest point. So this is also where all the athletes will be taking the path to guide them to the highest point. So we're gonna take the elevator to the highest point, which reaches to almost 48 meters. And that is where all the athletes gonna be standing by to jumping down and to finish their jumps. All right, so as we are waiting for the elevator, so this used to be a very old industrial park, and now they've already turning and transformed into a sports and culture center. All right, here we go. Now let's get inside of the elevator. 我们现在可以上电梯了，对吧，师傅？对。谢谢。All right. Okay, let's go to this side. Come on in. All right. Come on. 我们按2就好了，对吗？ Okay. Second floor. Does it work? Okay. Closing down. Why don't we just take a look outside? So as I mentioned earlier, this used to be an old industrial park. You might also see, cooling towers and some of the old factory images here to remind us how industrial elements they still left for this park. And then this venue will also be the only one permanent venue after the game. This is also the first time in Olympic history. Now we're reaching to the point height about 48 meters. Okay, there we go. And also join me today at the live stream is the chief designer for this big air jumping platform, and also the dean of School of Architecture from Tsinghua University, Mr. Zhang Li, Brian.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Thanks for joining us. Shall we just take a quick look?
Sure.
This is like the starting point for the athletes.
Yes.
They're going to jumping down.
Roughly down there. Yeah, it's about 10
God.
meters from us. And
wow. But this is like a 48 meters high already,
yep.
Where we're standing, right?
Yeah. But actually the vertical drop is something more than 50 meters, I think, and slightly changes from venue to venue. So this for Beijing is about 53.
Wow. And I know this one is a bit special because it's sort of like the first one convertible platform, so you can switching from skiing to snowboarding.
Yes. The underlying idea is that this is the first permanent big venue.
Yeah.
And to have this gigantic structure here in this very lovely industrial heritage site. Mm-hmm. So this opportunity is not going to be wasted.
Yeah.
And then we had this idea, why do we combine a similar sport, which is aerial,
yeah,
with this one?
I see.
But it used to be incompatible. It is with the help,
see.
great support from FIS experts to make these profiles more compatible with each other.
I see. But how long did it take, from the idea from your drawing board to the full completion? How long did it take?
The starting point of the design and,
yeah.
and the completion was about 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Yeah.
So what inspired your design? Because from from a little bit further down, I would say it looks like a high heel for women. Do you agree?
Oh, well, and the building is always, the public building is always up there for people to comment. I have no objection to that, but actually it has all been inspired by the sport.
Oh.
Yeah.
How come? Like which kind of like sports?
You know, these kind of sports, you have a very well-defined profile. You take the in-run and the take-off and do all kinds of acrobatics in the air and then before you land.
Right.
So you have a certain profile.
I see.
And the whole point of make such a building is to accommodate that profile.
I see. So you have to sort of like a certain angles, the slope to
Indeed,
go
the
with
profile
the.
is already defined.
I see. Oh, shall we just take a walk down there?
Sure. Why not? And so
I'm sure this is not your first time walking down the aisle.
No. I have been walking this.
Yeah, but I still
since
have
its
to.
construction. So which side would you like to take? And this side? Or?
Do you mind me taking the
please,
right side?
please do. Yes, because you have the rail.
Do you, 我们的摄像老师需要走前面吗? Okay, he's gonna follow us.
Okay.
Anyway, I know this is definitely not your first time walking down the aisle, but how do you feel now, seeing all the project?
Well, if you ask my feeling, it's like asking anyone working in the team preparing for the competition. It's just anticipation.
Yeah. So what do you think the highlight of the whole project?
Again, the highlight of the project, my idea is that all these kind of sport facilities, the buildings, the basic beauty come from the beauty of the sport. It's the dynamics of the sport.
But the thing is, do you play snowboarding?
No.
But how did you get the idea?
Well, the idea is it comes partly, or I would say directly, probably from the name of the sport. It's called Big Air. If you translate that into Chinese, it basically means it has the same pronunciation as the flying aspera. So we looked for the original images in the Dunhuang flying aspera.
I see.
Frescoes.
I see. So I know when you like sort of trying to design the whole thing, you have to take all the facts into consideration, not only for the aesthetics, but also, you know, the sports standards and also everything like safety and everything. So what's the biggest challenge you would say?
Well, I would say for this particular venue, it's not about these facilities, about these components alone. Actually, look at this site. It's located in one of the best memorized industrial heritage sites in Beijing. You have the collective memory. If you look from the east all the way to the west, you have the profile, you have the skyline of those cooling towers and mountains in the back. And if you look from that bridge, of course the bridge is new, but you did have a certain look. You did remember all those views from the river back to this side. So again, the skyline.
So it's,
how to make this thing, this new addition to the existing skyline and make people accept them. That was the biggest challenge. We tried all kinds of things.
I see. So it's not just the venue itself, but it's more how it embedded, it goes into the city.
It's the memory, yes.
Yeah.
How to continue, how to extend that memory.
Yes. So you were born and raised up in Beijing?
I am, yes.
So that's why when you're trying to, you know, sort of like working how this venue gonna goes into the city, especially goes into the city's skyline.
Yes. I remember when we were very young, traveling to Shougang, this great Beijing steel factory was quite an excursion. It takes about 2.5 hours from the center of Beijing. And then we, from very young age, we had this memory of this industrial site. And all this memory should not be eliminated. It should be expanded.
So is this why they chose this place as the venue for the snowboarding?
Oh, I think the municipality has been very clever in making the suggestion that we might use this site for this venue. And it will almost generate an immediate resonance from the FIS and also from IOC that to use such a site, it would be the first Olympic venue, the permanent Olympic venue, to have an industrial vibe, industrial heritage vibe, and then this idea that the Olympic movement is going to be incorporated, is going to be part of the driving force of an urban renewal, and all of a sudden it becomes very, very authentic.
Yeah. So as we can see, they're now doing the snowmaking process. It's a bit freezing, I have to say.
Yes. It is. It is.
So how thick the snow's gonna be?
Oh, roughly you would look at that bump.
Yeah.
And you would make roughly 2 meters of snow, and this is before the pressure.
Wow.
And after you press it, it becomes like half a meter.
Oh, but so with only half meters high, it will be ready to go.
It will be ready. Yes.
Oh, okay. So how long will the whole process take? Almost a month?
No, it takes about a week to 10 days, and they are quite experienced, the whole venue team.
To fulfill the whole venue?
Indeed, yes.
And this one lasts about 160 meters long.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so earlier while we were doing, recce, doing the location scouting, they're still working on the snowmaking, but they stopped. It feels different while the machine is still working.
Yeah, to see the humming of the machines would be
Yeah.
some kind of vibrant
But
reality.
This is like this is where the athlete's gonna do their activities in the air, right?
Out here,
If I-
roughly the high point of the bump is
Right.
roughly the same point as the takeoff table.
Okay. So how do you think the biggest or the most expected thing we can see from this venue?
I would say the reaction from the athletes, from
Yeah.
the coaches, and also from the judges, how they would feel this entire vibe. What kind of change would it bring to this sport, including the mood for the athletes and the way they perform? Because after you get out of that lift, remember, you have this entire panorama of this industrial vibe
Right.
in front of you.
I do have one question, although we've already walking down halfway.
Yes.
But I wonder what this is for. I mean, the stairs.
Oh,
Is
it's
it-
for maintenance. It's
Oh.
mainly for maintenance.
Okay.
But we have discussed it quite a number of times. If you have redundant stairs, people would be able to go all the way up and then down. It forms a loop. This would not be needed as necessary facilities for the competition, but it would be needed for people to experience this venue. For those who can't do Big Air,
Yeah.
none of us can do that.
Yeah, because this place will be permanent even after the game. So I wonder maybe this stairs is like created for a amateur user, so they can take a walk and take a closer look at what exactly the Big Air is.
Yes, people like to get close to
Yes.
things.
Yes.
When they get close to things, they have an intimate experience of that facility, and then this facility becomes much more intimate psychologically.
I see. All right, shall we just moving forward?
Yeah.
How thick is this snow? This is already, you said already 2 meters high. It's pretty thick,
It's thick.
but it melts as the time goes, right?
Yes, but snow. The physics of snow. It's
It's actually
quite,
water.
Yes.
It's just like freezing. It's a different type of water.
Yeah.
Are you being busy these days?
I am.
Showing people around, talking to media like us?
Not necessarily all the tours.
Yeah.
It's getting December.
Yeah.
So things are happening at the closing to the end of the semester. So in the schools, there are lots of things.
I know as a chief designer, I suppose most of your job has done since the venue has accomplished, right?
Yep, design job.
The design, yeah. So what's next?
We would be assisting the venue team
Yeah.
in the preparation for the games.
Uh-huh.
And also in the running of the games, we would also be closely observing all the things happening here
I see.
and to collect some data if possible, to try to test our hypotheses. Say, what kind of, as I said, what kind of this mood impact will be on the athletes when they walk out.
I see. So, it's pretty freezing. Apart from this one, you've also designed the one in Zhangjiakou.
Yeah, the ski jump.
Which one is your favorite?
Oh my!
It's a tricky question.
Don't. That's cruel. It's like asking
Which one is the favorite baby?
yes, two parents. Which child
but
would be yours?
let's put it this way. So, what are the similarities? This one to the
The
one
similarity,
in the
definitely, they all come from the beauty of the sport. The sport, the bravery, the courage. It's simply, it's fascinating. And differently, this one is for a continuation of the industrial memory. As a Beijing, we had that memory. And we would work closely with people with the local community here, people living here for 40 years, working in the factory to try to continue that memory. And for Zhangjiakou in the mountains is a different story. It's about somehow expressing or interpreting the old Oriental philosophy of how to get a new artifact in harmony with nature.
Yeah, that because in Zhangjiakou, that one formed based on what we call the Ru Yi in Chinese, right? So that's how you integrate Chinese culture in your design?
Chinese elements are, of course, necessary. We would like to tell that story, or what is the point of having these kind of sports in China. And sports is always a carrier, a bringer of cultural information. The profile for ski jump, that is also the starting point of the Rui, the auspicious object in China. Of course, we need to add a disc on top of that.
I see. And you know...
How freezing.
Yeah, a little bit. Because now it's like minus, probably
minus
8
2,
Celsius?
8?
Celsius.
I don't know.
I think so. Because, otherwise you will not be able to make the snow if the temperature is not low enough, right?
Actually, you can make snow as far as the temperature is not that high.
Oh, it's not, as long as it's not above 0.
Well, sometimes when it's above 0, you can do that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. But it melts faster, I suppose.
It melts faster.
Okay. So that one, is that where all the judges sitting?
Indeed, yes.
Oh, I guess they're right.
Yeah. Congratulations for spotting that.
So they're gonna do the scoring from 0 to 100. So how many panels or judges they'll have?
Usually they have less than 10.
Okay.
And different people will be giving gradings to the performance of the athletes. And they would be inside that room. And yes, this is the first time they have a fully heated
indoor room.
Chamber, yes.
Yeah, yes. I suppose that's where they can see the activities in the air.
Yes, they have a complete view, unblocked view of the performance of the athletes from the starting to the landing.
So has any of the athletes tried the venues yet? Not yet.
Oh, in 2019, remember, there was a competition.
Oh, because this one accomplished in 2019.
In November 2019, so in December 2019, they had the first
competition.
FIS competition.
Oh,
and be careful of the snow. Don't touch the
sure.
the front part, because this is getting quite slippery.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, you would. The grill in the back, they have all this minor friction enhancing treatments, but the bar in the front, it doesn't have it. So
look at
be careful.
that. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's one of the snowmaking machines, right?
Yes.
Look at those hard-working people.
That is called snow lancer.
Okay, what does it mean?
This gun, this lancer.
Oh, okay. So this one like
straightforward
spreads out,
enough, yes.
spreads out the water.
Yes, that one is more precise.
I see.
You would keep a constant.
Wow. I can't, well, like, let's say 10 years ago, have you ever imagined you're going to design such a venue for winter sports?
No.
See?
No. Because 10 years ago, we weren't even aware that China was going to
Host a game,
yes,
right? But when
bid
China,
for it.
when Beijing was applying for the Winter Olympics, you were one of the committees, right?
Yes, I was one of the bidding team. I was in charge of the venue design and also all the presentations on venue design.
How was it? I mean, seeing the whole process.
It was quite a challenge. It was quite a challenge.
In terms of...
In terms of this, our naivety, shall we say, with winter sports, we are not experts on winter sports. We have to learn things fast.
Yeah, and that's one of the beauty for you guys. It's like China is never so good when it comes to winter sports, right? But you guys have completed such a beautiful, beautiful venue for winter sports.
I think the greatest persuasion or the greatest advantage for Beijing's bid was that this winter sport is going to be deeply embedded in the urban renewal and also in the poverty eradication for the mountainous areas surrounding Beijing. And that actually was supported by the IOC, a lot of people.
I think it's the whole package, especially in Chongli and Zhangjiakou, right?
Yeah.
It's not only for the winter game, it's more like how the influence it will bring to that region.
Yes.
After. Wow, this is thick snow, right? But it's different than a natural.
It's thick
different.
by Beijing standard. If you
think
about it in Alpine standard, it's different.
But I wonder whether it's good to be like sort of like stiff and hard, or it's better to be soft?
No, it's going to be pressed. It's going to be pressed further. And this would be the area, this entire snow bump would be moved onto the slope. And here it will be quite flat for the athletes to have a very, very good looking break.
I see. Shall we walk in that way so we can take a
Sure.
broader view of the whole thing? So this stopped because the temperature is going high right now?
This is normal, and they would mate for a period of time, and then they will wait for the snow to actually crystallize further, and then they will do the formwork.
I see. So this is where the audience platform, where the viewers will be.
This is the spectator stand, and most of the spectators would be standing rather than sitting down.
How many are you expecting though?
Well, the capacity is like 5,000 to 6,000.
Wow, really?
But because of this pandemic,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will be less than that.
Okay.
You wouldn't be expecting a full stadium as normal times.
How long did we take all the way down? Probably 20 minutes.
I don't know.
Probably.
Ask your crew.
So now we can get a full view of the of this beautiful design.
You do.
Do you feel proud or like feel more like, oh, such a relief I've finished this huge project?
Well, I feel proud of the city.
Of course.
It was a great idea putting this here in this old factory. It's a first in the history of Olympic Games, summer and winter games included.
But originally, what's your design idea inspired from, apart from the city, apart from, how it has to support the game?
Originally, we connect the top of the nearest
Cooling
cooling
tower?
tower all the way down to the lake. And how can we accommodate this profile without breaking that line? Then we discovered actually we have to sink. Here,
Yeah.
the finishing point is 5 meters lower than the lake,
Oh.
than the ground outside.
If we can get
So
a bird's eye
that gives
view.
you the sense of this continuous drop from the cooling towers.
Continuity.
Yes.
I see.
And then the flying aspara, the ribbons in the frescoes of Dunhuang came. And it can be easily interpreted in this structure. And then we had to make all kinds of renderings, putting the slope in different orientations and make renderings and ask people that has lived here for a long time to decide which one was their favorite. And this one was their favorite, this angle.
So how many?
20. We made more than 20.
Oh. Wow. This looks really stunning. Once it's all covered with snow, it's going to be even more beautiful, I think. That's until end of this month, I guess.
Yes, and the greatest view is when the sun is actually, and the sunset is behind the mountains, and the half of the cooling tower, the top part of the cooling towers are red, and the lower part is blue, and the star is purple.
Oh.
The slope is purple.
I'm imagining it in my brain, in my mind.
You don't need to imagine it. In 2 weeks, you would see it.
Okay, great. All right, thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you
much.
for accompanying me walking all the way down from
It's such a great honor.
48 meters high.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It is.
And hope to talk to you soon. If you'd like to share more of your personal stories,
That would
your
be
design
my great
ideas
pleasure to
behind,
do that.
and your team, we'd like to meet your crew
Please
in
do,
some
please
point.
do, please
All
do.
right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sure.
Okay, we'll take another walk
Okay.
all the way down there
Okay.
to show them how the audience gonna get in, and how you guys have turned an industrial park into such a beautiful venue here. All right.
Okay.
Okay, talk to you
Continue
soon.
your tour. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
好，现在我们 OK。Here's join us is another guest， 是我们的这个首钢园的通讯老师。哎，您站我的这边吧，
好
因为我们家里面有配同传，我们现在就可以用中文了哈。
行，好。
我们可以往前走了吗 ？OK， 刚才呢就是说。
All right, is our special guest. Just now we heard the introduction about the design stories, and we took the stairs down. Due to the COVID-19, right now, because of the virus, the whole protection, precaution, and disease prevention control, so we not really sell tickets to overseas audience. So we also control the traffic.
从一个古老的，也不是说古老了吧，从一个工业的一个片区，现在变成了一个非常现代化、有中国气息的这样一个奥运的场地。首钢在这些方面做了什么样的工作？
首钢呢，其实可以说是一座双奥城市。就从08年的时候，就是北京夏奥会的时候，就是承诺呢还首都。
Beijing, you know, we have successfully held 2 Olympic Games.
外迁了。
So that's the one in 2008, and right now another one's coming up, as will be 2022 Winter Olympic Games. So here looking at, we not only have this Big Air Shougang, and we also have other venues in Beijing, and also not only in Beijing, we also have another city, so that's the twin city to host the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. So, please, we're curiously to know exactly before all these in front of us, what exactly do we have here? Before here, that's the plant for providing electricity. The whole place, is a steel mill. So we have a lot of facilities before here to make steel. So here we not only have the plant to provide electricity, and we also have, you can consider as a big pool to cooling down the steels. So right now we talk about from the whole transformation, upgrading, and you can see we have the parks, we have not only for the industrial park, and we also create this as the recreational place. So this is a big screen, so this is for the spectators to really have the close shot of the athlete's performance. Or the scores, the final scores. So here, this is the regional building. So we have another one. That will be another screen. And for the athletes, they can see their score and also can see some flashback. Also same for the audience, for the spectators. So just now we had actually climbed to the highest point, and there they had a lot of facilities, different rooms for the athletes to do the final preparation. Yes. So just now the place you went to, that's the whole competition area. So that's the vaccine place, a resting place for
I see， 那边等于是运动员们的天地，这边可能更多是观众们能够享受到的一些福利，对吧？比如说这边原来一看我看这个。
So we talk about looking at this is really the industrial look and feel. So we talk about for all the athletes, in order to make sure that in the good state and in the good competition state, we put everything they need in one place. And that will be also quite near to their starting point. And here looking at this is the old original structure, look and feel. So we talk about this place originally was a steel mill, so everything looked quite industrial and oriented. So here we also keep some of the original look and design, and this is the official store. Of course, it's not open to the public yet, but later on for sure it will sell already a souvenir here, and also for all the spectators, and we have a place for them. And also have another. This is the healthcare room here available to the spectator. So it will be it's a huge project, right? You're looking at, we have a medical station, and everything from a steel mill to a big air competition venue. So we talk about it's not just simply transform its purpose and function, but we talk about this is really the Olympic Games standard. So from day one, we invested a lot of efforts, we studied a lot to think about what exactly we can do to meet the need for the Olympic Games. A lot of first times for you. So this is the first time for you to transform industrial the plants to a Olympic game level venue. So this is a competition venue. And we also talk about the Winter Olympic Games, also champion the sustainable development notion. So for us, we also think about how we can make things that not only for the 2022 Olympics, but also for the long-term needs. So we talk about green. That's another highlight or the keywords for the Winter 2022 Olympic Games. So anything green you can share with us. So first, you're looking at we talk about these meet the standard of a green 3-star, which is the highest level. And the whole structure is steel, and we saved the resources. Make sure that we always follow the green and low carbon requirements. So we hope that we can do everything we can to achieve the energy conservation purpose. And this will be another really place. Hope that the people can have another look, and I hope we can do another live streaming to show our viewers like the last limit before the game on. And look at right now we put on the banner that's Beijing 2022. So we can see the big picture, everything is there right now is more a final tuning, that for the more finishing work. So the path we are working on, this is the entrance for the spectator. Exactly. So the spectators first go through the security booth. So shoulder tickets and through the security check, and then all the way to their spectator stand. Must have a really tight schedule because right now it's cut down in 49 days. So besides the fine tuning of details, anything else for your team? So the team right now is also doing the rehearsal for the real game. So make sure that everything ready to welcome the athletes and also spectators. I also see a room, so here provide a heating to the spectator. So the room right now not available because we're now doing a cleaning work, but I would like to show our viewers. So for spectators, shelter and a warming place. Let me see whether we can get in. It's quite dark inside. So for the whole facilities, not there yet. So this is you're looking at. This is still under preparation. This is the room available to the spectators to warm them. And so this is a really sweet detail available to spectators. So for the athletes and also for spectators, we really think in their shoes to make sure that we provide almost everything, hopefully everything they need. Thank you so much. Before the real game on, we have another opportunity to show more details. When everything's ready, when all the things on, hope we can have another opportunity to do the live streaming. And looking at the curve, the line here, really beautiful. So let's show our viewers the beauty of a Big Air. Thank you.